I know Rangers fans are desperate to see players coming through the door. Obviously, you mentioned Proper's been done and dusted, but I think it's in the forward areas, the midfield areas, and the forward areas that Rangers fans want to see a lot of movement. But Rangers have been open. Players need to go out before players come through. But there is areas, certainly in the number 9 position, Paul. I think Rangers need to go and get a real natural goal scorer. And you know, all the talk who it's been about is Lawrence Shankland. They're going to be coming up against, in my opinion, Hearts' best player. He's the player of the year last year in Scotland, and I'm still surprised there's been no movement, because he's a player going into the final year of his contract. And I've mentioned plenty of times about Lawrence as he's improved so much over the last couple of years, and I think and I believe that he would do an excellent job for Rangers.
Graham's been on the socials already at Go Football Show, and he's saying they need to watch out. He's a Rangers fan. Celtic could nip in there. Andy Walker asked him last night, Peter, what about Lawrence Shankland? Could Celtic come for him? 30 goals last season.
He could play for Celtic, there's no doubt of that, because he's a goal scorer. And we said that last season, that the likes of Shankland can always score goals. Miovski spoke about, and I can see a Spaniolo, we're talking about £3 million there. He's 24 years of age. So as Rangers, is it the manager, or is it just they need the money in first? I don't know, because as a manager convinced that he wants someone at that age, because there's different things around about it. It's not just the club. You can't just say the club all the time. If their manager maybe be looking at it and saying, yeah, he's a fantastic goal scorer, but I'm looking for a different dynamic, you know, that can be the reason. Miovski's there at 24, who I think is a very, very good striker as well. I think Lawrence Shankland was very unfortunate in the Euros, because he played like a proper striker when he came on, you know, and that's what you need. When we said that, I thought he'd have started, I must admit, but because he played so deep, it's more difficult for him. So we know he can score goals, and he's proven that here. Yes, he could play for Celtic, but if Celtic had the choice between Ida and Shankland, I would take Ida, because of his years, you know, at this moment in time. I think he will get better as he goes along. I think he will take more of his chances, but I would take Ida, because obviously he's been there before, and probably Celtic need that type more than Lawrence at this moment in time.
I think he's got all the attributes needed to play with Rangers. There's no doubt in my mind about that. I don't need any convincing. I've watched him for the last 2 years since he come back to Hearts. Hearts is an outstanding player. And last year, what was it, 30 goals? He was the PFA Player of the Year. And I'm pretty surprised. But listen, I don't make the decisions at the club.
Did Philippe Clement ask you your opinion on it? I know it was a private conversation.
You're still trying to get that out, aren't you?
Was he mentioned, Lon Shankland?
I'll keep that private.
Okay.